I love these. What are these?
How do you make money for nothing?
That's going...
No.
The answer could be hiding in over 20 million tonnes of household waste thrown out by us every year.
So I'll just do a quick check for Granny's gold.
That's why reclamation expert Jay Blades wants to get his hands on things before they hit the skip.
I've been a builder, I've been a philosophy student, and now I'm a furniture restorer. So I know more than most about transformations. I revamp the old and turn it into the new and sell it on for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
Why would you chuck these chairs out? Oh.
he can transform his finds into desirable,
I've got to take my hat off to you, sir.
valuable,
You've done well,
Really?
and hopefully saleable items.
Now that is super cool.
If Jay is successful, then he can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
No.
£80?
What?
Yes.
Welcome to Walsall, where cars are queuing up, trash is being tossed, and Jay is a man on a mission. Each of his skip scavenging senses are ever alert to seek out tipped treasure.
If there's profit to be had, I'm the man to sniff it out. What's that?
Jay has been given special permission to roam the recycling centre on his quest to save 3 items that he can rejuvenate or repurpose and then sell on for a tidy sum. And do you know what? He's loving it.
Oh, look at that. Now, that's cool, isn't it? That's really cool.
You want that one as well?
Oh, thank you, sir. So look at that. They're lining up now, lining up. Oh, that's the one.
Hold on, has someone told Jay he's meant to be saving items from the skip, not chucking them in? Terry's helping his partner's son Scott clear out his flat.
Oh, what? Look at that. Hold on a minute, lads. Hold on. How we doing? I'm Jay.
All right, I'm Terry.
All right, sorry?
Scott.
All right, Scott. Is it all right to just have a look at this, put it down?
Yes.
Because I
Okay.
think this is a little gem.
Okay,
Is that all
help
right?
yourself.
Right.
Little gem. I suppose if you look past the well-worn, scruffy brown exterior... No, who am I trying to kid?
So tell me, what's the history behind this one?
Well, it's actually yours, Scott, ain't it?
It is.
When did you buy it?
I've had it years.
How many years?
Somebody gave it to me. This one itself has been in a bedroom and not been used at all.
Okay.
So that's why it's been
So
turned out to the...
you say this one, so is there another one?
There's another one, yeah.
Just like this?
Just like this, but not a recliner. It's just...
Hold on, you're saying that this reclines as well?
It does.
Wow. Do you know if it's a make or anything like that?
I think it's a G-plan.
You think it's a G-plan? Well, if it is a G-plan, and I haven't seen anything like this, it'll be quite nice and special.
Perhaps I was a little hasty. G-Plan are a British furniture manufacturer who came to prominence in the 1950s. Vintage items can be highly sought after. This could be a little gem after all.
It doesn't look very stylish now, but I believe with the right person working on it, this could look really, really stylish. So if it's all right with you guys, what I'd like to do is take this, then just show you guys what we've transformed it into.
It'd be lovely, that one.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
All right. Diamond.
Okay, thank you.
Are Scott and Terry happy to see Jay make off with the armchair?
I think it's lovely to see the old furniture be remodelled. I reckon Jay could clean it up, paint it, perhaps a nice few pillars on it. And I think somebody will buy it.
Let's give this a check.
I'm not so sure it will be as easy as that, Terry. But what is Jay doing rummaging around down there?
Cool, blimey. This is a great find. A G-Plan recliner. Wow. I've never ever seen one in all the years that I've been doing upholstery.
Let's meet the maker he's chosen to get creative with this little gem. Say hello to Anthony Devine. He has 2 decades of design experience and passes on his knowledge to the younger generation at his School of Upholstery. His work is loud, proud, fresh, and at times furry.
If I was to say I had a style, it probably would be erratic. There's loads of ideas washing around in my head, and whichever pops out first is the one normally that gets done. Easiest thing is like a customer walking in, gives you a bit of a design brief, gives you lots of freedom to be able to kind of complete it and see it through. But the customer is the one that counts more importantly than anything.
Just keep that in mind, Anthony, when Jay starts getting a bit fussy. Come on now, up and at 'em. Jay's got his first item tucked away, but there are still 2 more to find. He needs to stay vigilant if he wants to save another goodie from the claws of the crusher. Mike is having a clear out of his garage and he's broken up his old oak writing bureau, ready for the skip.
How we doing? You all right?
All right, thank
My
you.
name's Jay. And
My name's Mike.
All
yeah.
right, Mike. Why are you throwing that away?
Well, because it takes up a lot of space. The only place I got for it is in the garage.
Yeah.
I've got a 30-foot garage. I've had 2 trips out today, and I've probably got another 2 more to come. And I still haven't emptied it.
Wow. Any more gems like this in your garage?
Unfortunately not,
Okay.
no. It was a good quality item, and it could be restored, but unfortunately I've neither got the time nor the skills to do it.
And this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, if it's all right with you, I'd like to take it.
Oh, I'd be delighted for somebody to have it and make use of it. It was good quality,
Yeah.
and
You keep saying was. It still is, Mike. It still is.
yeah.
It's still going strong, isn't it? Look.
yes.
This big old bureau has been in Mike's garage for the past few years, but before that it was well used.
I was very loath to get rid of it. Several years ago when we had it first, my wife used it as a writing desk, and I used it occasionally as well. Yes, it's been very useful.
Not many people do writing anymore, so there isn't much call for writing bureaus, but this can be transformed into something beautiful because I've got just the person to take this to.
Let's meet the man Jay's chosen to give this bureau a modern makeover. Meet master craftsman Norman Wilkinson. His attention to detail and skill honed over years of experience is evident in everything he makes.
My personality is reflected in what I do. You know, I think I try and do everything to the best of my ability. Everything we do, I think it looks A1. Everything I make is fantastic, just like me.
He does enjoy a joke. I'm not sure we enjoy them so much, but Norman's so old school that even the old school call him old school.
If I actually told you how long I've been doing this, it'd give away my age. No, I think I'm still 21, in my dreams.
Don't worry, folks, his carpentry skills are better than his jokes. They'll need to be with this item. He's grabbed goodies for Anthony and Norman, but now Jay's on the hunt for his own item. Will the junk in Peter's trunk appeal to Jay?
Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 hold on a minute. How we doing? I'm Jay.
All right.
All right? So, what are you doing? You're getting rid of that, obviously.
Yeah.
And why is it? This is beautiful. Why are you getting rid of it?
Well, it's old and...
It's not old, is it?
Well,
How old is it?
It was my nan's, so he's probably older than 60 years old.
Wow. But it's still going strong. It's not too bad, is it? Look at that, solid inside.
We used to spend the summer oldies with my nan. She used to keep stuff in it. There was all
What,
little
sweets? Was there
knickknacks.
Oh, knickknacks.
Knickknacks in there.
Okay,
What
no
you
sweets
call-
though, no? No cookies?
No sweets. No, there were little games and what have you.
So you could entertain yourself during a rainy day outside or something like that. All right, cool.
Jay suspects that Peter's nan's knick-knack box may be made by a well-known manufacturer.
I personally think this is like a Lloyd loom. Normally they have a label on the back there, but this is, yeah, it's kind of the same style of a Lloyd loom.
Lloyd loom furniture was made in the UK from the 1920s. Mechanically woven with specially treated paper, furniture like this is tough, resistant to damp and built to last.
what I'd like to do is take this, and if we transform it into something, then get back to you and let you know what we've done to it. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Right, nice one. Cheers for that.
Nice one,
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
What does Peter think Jay will do with the basket?
Well, I think it's into something nice. You know, it is a shame to just throw it away. But, you know, we have no use for it at the time.
It could be a Lloyd loom, it could be somebody else, but the beauty is these are really easy to transform and turn into something really beautiful. So I'm happy that we've got one of these. Let's see if I can turn it into a profit.
It's been a good day at the dump. Jay has successfully salvaged 3 items. Anthony will work his makeover magic on the recliner. Norman will take up the challenge of the broken down writing bureau, while Jay will make the basket into something saleable.
I am delighted with what I picked out today, but now it's time to turn trash into cash.
Manchester, a creative powerhouse that has produced musicians, filmmakers, artists and designers that push the boundaries of popular culture. Thriving within the city's creative whirlwind is upholsterer extraordinaire Anthony. His work is at the cutting edge of contemporary furniture design. So I'm sure he'll love this old thing.
I've been told that this one's quite funky, but on the wrong side of funky. So hopefully we can turn it to the right side of funky and leave with a good item.
From junkified to funkified, Anthony sounds like a man with a plan. He has still to come face to face with Jay's little gem, though.
It's gorgeous, isn't it, I think?
Oh, lovely.
But it weighs a ton.
Right. Pull the old britches up.
Yep.
The G-Plan brand undoubtedly adds a little vintage va-va-voom, but this well-worn armchair is still in desperate need of Anthony's expertise.
I've never seen one of these before, and I think it's a no-brainer to save this one. It's really, really gorgeous.
It's got real potential. Mechanism
Thank
still
you.
works. It's just what to do with it.
Well, the ideas are endless because it's quite a big space, but I would prefer it to be toned down because at the time of this being born, this fabric would have been height of sophistication, but now it's too busy.
I reckon one way to go with it
Yeah.
would be just like kind of make it a bit more sophisticated. That was back in its day, sophisticated for today.
For today, yeah, I like the sound of that. So what colours are you thinking then?
The obvious one's grey, isn't it?
Yeah. But I do want to add some element of colour because I do like the buttons that we've got on the side. They're quite big. If we can have a button, a different colour or something like
I
that.
knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, you know I have to.
The colour contrasting button, a J-Blade signature style.
That will look really, really cool. But
I'm stood behind you shaking my head, you do realise that.
that's cool.
Come on now, boys, let's not fall out over a button.
So, what kind of budget are we looking at?
I reckon about 450, 475.
450 I like the sound of. I know there's a lot of fabric in there. So if you need a little bit extra in the budget, I could push it up to the 25.
Pay for your buttons, haven't we?
Well, I could probably sort you out with buttons.
I know, but we need to digitally print the old J on there.
450. If you need more, let me know.
What a gent.
Thank you, sir. Very kind of you.
It would seem Anthony is as smitten as Jay with this retro recliner.
Do a little drinks holder here. And then obviously we're going to make it look pretty as well. So I think this is quite good. I really quite like it.
Jay and Anthony have agreed a budget of £450, with the possibility of another 25 quid on top. Jay's biggest problem might be getting it back from Anthony. From the hustle and bustle of metropolitan Manchester to the quiet countryside of East Sussex. Things move at a slightly slower pace in the village of Hellingly, which suits bespoke furniture maker Norman to a T. He's as happy can be, working away in his little hidey hole. Seems a shame to disturb him, really.
Stuff you get from the tip, yeah, it's great fun. But we've had a few bits and I'm thinking, really? What are we doing?
I'm sure Norman will love this old oak writing bureau, though.
So what do you think? You like it?
No.
Ah well, Norman's not impressed. There's only one thing for it. Time to turn on the charm, Jay.
If anybody can turn this into something great, he's standing right here, isn't he?
Flattery doesn't get you everywhere.
Oh, come on, it's got to reflect in the price.
Right. Well, we haven't got that far yet.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm just warming you up a bit.
Warming me, are you?
All right, yeah.
Right, so what plans do you have for this delightful piece?
OK, that's failed too. Norman may be lacking inspiration, but not to worry. Jay's got plenty of ideas.
What I was thinking is just a modern desk where you will have the wires coming through the back to plug stuff in. And I would like, if it's possible, something that flips up so all of the stuff with a modern desk, whether it's the laptop or it's your smartphone, can just be stuffed inside the actual desk.
What, hide it?
Hide it, there you go.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, hide it. Similar to what they used to do here. They used to have a flap there that would hide all of that stuff, what was going on.
You can't have a desk with drawers like this, so they'll have to go, to be replaced by legs.
What do you want to hold the top with?
Lovely contemporary tapered legs.
So basically, we're going to find tapered leg.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the oak, we will strip it and get it as light as we can.
Yeah.
We'll bleach it, we'll do whatever we need to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make your flap.
Cool.
OK?
What we've got to do now is talk about price then.
Price.
Because all that sounds really, really good. So how much is that going to cost me?
How much is that going to cost you?
Yeah.
Now we're getting down to business. Come on then, Norman. What you thinking? 500, 600, 8, 9. Come on, Norman, I can't take this much more.
I could get that in showroom condition, ready for sale for $325.
Great price.
I think that's a good deal.
Yeah?
I'm happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
As long
happy
as
with the
you're
Bumblebee.
happy, I'm happy.
Yep, well, that's good. Let me know when it's done and I'll come and pick it up. Thank you. Wow, I'm really chuffed with that. I believe Norman gets my ideas just a little bit, but hopefully he's going to turn it into something really great.
Jay's idea to turn the bureau into a computer-friendly desk is a challenge for Norman. Can he come up with the goods on a tight budget of £325? Jay has dropped off the armchair with Anthony and the bureau with Norman. Now he's making his way to his workshop in Wolverhampton so he can get cracking with his own item. The Lloyd Loom-style laundry basket.
Lovely little box here. In its current state, nobody would want this in their house. But I'm thinking toy box for the little children, so you can have a storage area in there for some of the toys. And I've been inspired by these blocks.
Jay loves the bold, rich colours and the geometric pattern the building blocks create when put together. Plus, he just likes messing about with toys.
There you go. Oh, let me turn him around. There's my swan. How cool is that?
Magnificent, Jay, magnificent. Jay will paint a triangular pattern in vibrant colours on the basket.
I'm just going to give it a little rub down and get it prepared.
He's using a fine sanding pad to remove any dirt or grime from the surface.
Get my painting jacket on now. Get ready to paint.
Ooh, a painting jacket. Oh, he even makes a scruffy old jacket look cool. First up, the base layer. As this will be a child's toy box, Jay is using mineral-based paint, which is solvent-free and non-toxic. To apply the paint, Jay is using an oval paintbrush with extra long bristles.
I find that this is really useful for getting into all of the little nooks and crannies.
With the base layer dry, Jay can begin to apply his background colour, blue.
I'm probably going to put about 3 coats on this, so it allows the colour to do exactly what it's supposed to do, which is look rich. Already, instantly, that is just looking really quite cool, actually. I'm sure Picasso would be absolutely proud of that. He would say, Jay, you've done really well there, son.
Who knew Picasso was a Cockney? Blimey. To create the geometric pattern, Jay is using tape to outline the triangular shapes.
If you had a flat surface, it would be a lot easier. But I've got a surface that's made up of weaves, so I just have to make sure this is really pushed down tight so I get that clean line going straight across.
Achieving the smooth, straight line Jay's design requires on the bumpy surface of the basket will be no easy task. Jay is using paints and equipment he already had in his workshop, but he has spent 10 quid on an offcut of vinyl. He will use this to upholster the lid. Let's make our way back to Manchester, where Anthony is struggling to reupholster this big old brute of a chair in his attempt to give it a sophisticated new look.
This chair is a bit of a beast. Every time we peel back, there's just another layer riddled with more staples, and I know I should be used to it, but this is trying my patience.
Oh, come on, Anthony. There's only 4,372 more staples to go, give or take a few hundred. And besides, if you stop now, it couldn't look much worse. Perhaps we could describe it as the Mad Max makeover.
It looks like it's almost been
Oh, Anthony, I think you'll find it's pronounced apocalyptic. Apocalyptic. Oh dear.
It looks like it's just came through the apocalypse.
That's the one. There are still plenty of staples to remove, but Anthony has come to the conclusion that he and the armchair need some time apart.
I've decided to have a little break from the beast and do the nice bits of the chair. These are 2 colours we've chosen. So this is going to be for like the kind of the main body of the chair, but we also want to do it sophisticated. So we're going to add in aspects of this darker grey, which I think will look rather nice. Now, we've took all the staples out. It's time to put them all back in again.
Anthony will begin his sophistication transformation by reupholstering the footboard. For the first layer, he is using high-density foam for cushioning and comfort. The foam is stapled to shape a smooth curve at the sides. The second layer is polyester wadding, which removes the friction from the foam, while helping to maintain the shape of the fabric. And of course, all the materials Anthony is using meet UK fire safety standards.
I've kind of nicknamed this chair the Beast. So here we have the Beast, and now we're starting to develop the Beauty. So it's Beauty and Beast. Beast, Beauty, Beauty, Beast.
You're beginning to worry me a bit now, Anthony.
Beast, Beauty, Beauty, Beast. I'll stick with the Beauty. Ditch the Beast.
This is man versus chair in an epic tussle that will test Anthony's upholstery skills and his sanity to the limit. Beware the beast, Anthony. Ah, the bright blue skies and lush green fields of rural Sussex. In Norman's workshop, the Oak Writing Bureau is awaiting his skilled touch.
Tidy workshop, tidy mind.
Jay's plan is to transform this relic of a bygone era into a desk suitable for use with computers and tablets. So, Norman, where do we begin?
First thing we're going to do with it is we are going to be like a demolition yard and just smash it to smithereens.
Let the carnage commence. This may look like wanton destruction, but Norman is actually breaking the bureau down into its individual panels, as he wants to use as much of the old oak as possible.
It's always satisfying smashing something up, isn't it?
It's quite good fun watching too. When upcycling for sale, it is important to remember the marketplace. There's not much call for a dedicated bureau for writing letters. However, a desk you can use your computer at has wider appeal. Norman is using the drawer fronts to make the legs. He's cutting them into 2.5-inch wide strips.
We're going to try and make the legs a little bit modern. We'll cut them to the standard height for a table, and then we will actually taper the leg both sides so it looks nice and contemporary and everything, and let's go from there.
When the strips are cut to the correct length, Norman will glue 2 of them together to create each leg.
Let's get a quick sand just to...
Yes, just to... Come on, Norman, spit it out.
Take off any muck or anything, so when we go to glue it up, it'll hold lovely.
To ensure a strong bond, Norman is using G-clamps to apply pressure. These will remain in place for 24 hours. To make the desktop, Norman will use the sides of the bureau, but first he has to remove the nails.
It's just making sure we get all the nails out, so the saw and different things like that. So it's just a bit time consuming, but once we're there, then we can really start rocking and rolling. This one we've got a hairline cracking.
Peekaboo, Norman.
We can glue it, so it's not the end of the world.
Using reclaimed wood like this is far from the easy option, but for Norman, it's all part of the fun.
I love old timber. I love the character in it. You know, get something old, someone's rubbish, and turn it into something great.
Right now, Norman, to my eye, all you seem to be doing is taking someone's rubbish and making it even rubbisher. Can't wait to see it when it's not a pile of dirty old wood. It's all go with our artisans. And also with Jay. He's putting the finishing touches to his transformation.
And that will be one really cool toy box.
This basket was tired, tatty, and in dire need of TLC. Now it's a fun-filled toy box. Unable to achieve a smooth geometric line, Jay developed his idea into a lovely mountain scene. The triangles forming hills, trees and snow-capped mountains. Jay added an eye-catching forest of handles on the re-upholstered lid, using vinyl to ensure it's easy to clean after the kiddywinks have had their sticky fingers all over it. This toy box will trigger the imagination and be a fantastic addition to any kid's bedroom.
I've done it all inspired by my dear friend Henry the Horse, who's come along to check out the forest, and I tell you, he does love it. He wants to have a butcher's inside. There's plenty of room for him and his mates. He agrees, it looks good. Now what I've got to do is take some pictures, get this online and get it sold.
Peter was just about to sling the basket in the skip when Jay stopped him in his tracks.
How old is it?
It was me nan's.
No, seriously?
So he's probably older than 60 years old.
Wow.
Jay set about transforming it. For him, it was child's play. The toy box was sold to Sixth Link, a vintage and retro store in Shropshire. The shop's owner, River, was well pleased.
I absolutely love how it's inspired by a small little toy and it's created such a lovely item.
Now Jay is in Brownhills in the West Midlands to catch up with Peter and tell him what became of his box.
Morning.
Good morning, Pete. How you doing?
Not too bad at all.
Good on you. So, do you remember the box that you brought down to the recycling centre?
Yeah.
And it's been in your family for quite a while?
Yeah, about 60 years, I would imagine, yeah.
So I was able to do something to it. It's a little project I took on myself, and I transformed it into a kid's toy box. Let's get this up the right way.
Oh, that's nice. Doesn't look the same, does it?
No, I tried my best not to make it look the same. So painted it, did some mountains on the front, a little bit of padding on the top. It was completely different.
Yes, lovely.
And it was inspired by Henry the horse that's just there on top.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Thank you. And I'm pleased to tell you, I was able to sell it, and I've got £35 profit for you then, sir.
Right, thank you, that's nice.
So any ideas what you might do with the money?
Well, I was going to put it towards a meal for the wife's 60th. So
That sounds good.
that's what we'll do with it.
Oh, bless you. Well, I might see you again at the recycling centre.
Right.
All right? And you
Thank
take
you.
care now.
Right, thank you.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye-bye.
Creating the toy box cost Jay £10. He sold it for £45, giving Peter £35 to put towards a birthday treat. In Manchester, the drizzly, overcast sky is reflected in Anthony's downbeat disposition. Taming the beast has proven to be an ordeal.
This chair has been a definite struggle. Just been almost like career deciding chair, this one, but we got there, we finished it, just. Yeah, so hopefully Jay will be pleased with the transformation.
The chair was Jay's little gem. A vintage G-plan recliner that he hoped to give a little va-va-voom with a sophisticated new look. Fantastic! Gone are the drab and dreary browns to be replaced by sleek and suave grey. The wool fabric is luxurious and looks simply sumptuous. As this is a recliner, Anthony faced the difficult challenge of ensuring that the moving parts look as cool when reclined as they do when upright. He succeeded, but it tested his skills to the max. This chair has been transformed from beastly to beautiful. One thing it doesn't have, though, is a colour contrasting button. Jay's signature look he hoped Anthony would add. Anthony, you could be in trouble.
How are we doing, sir?
All right, how are you? All right?
I'm very good. Very
see
good.
you.
I do like. See, sometimes less is definitely more.
Well, this took more than any other chair I've ever done. I wish it was less.
It does look cool. And this is a wool, isn't it? This is wool.
Yeah. Oh. I think the real key was to try and lose a lot of its weight by getting rid of that kind of heavy fabric, trying to slim it all down.
Yeah.
Plus make it look stylish. Plus, you know, not make it too alpha male looking, but you know, still the big armchair that it is.
Yeah.
Jay is loving it. Anthony has done a great job, but has he managed to do it for the £450 he agreed with Jay?
Did we come in on budget?
To be honest, I've been on such a journey, I can't even remember. But yes. The one thing would have took it over budget, which we didn't have enough in the budget for, is unfortunately we had to forget your button.
Tell me the truth, I didn't even notice the button.
Yeah, you see?
I didn't notice it.
I thought he's not going to mention it. He's not going to mention it.
Right, no, I didn't notice it. So, yeah, it looks cool without the button. But you've got that detail there.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is
like,
nice.
to be honest, that was one of the first bits I did to it.
So, we've come in on budget, looks cool. I haven't got a button, but I don't need a button. All right, all I've got to do is sell it now. So, thank you, sir.
Good luck.
I don't need it after what you've done. Wow, now that's what I call a transformation. From a beast of a chair to a slick, cool, great and contemporary masterpiece. Anthony's done it again. And he's taught me something as well. You don't always need a coloured button on a chair. Or do you?
You've missed your chance, Jay. Fortunately, he didn't miss Scott and Terry as they were about to chuck the chair. What did Terry think Jay would do with it?
I reckon Jay could clean it up, paint it, perhaps a nice few pillars on it.
I think you boys are in for a nice surprise. Jay wasted no time in finding a buyer. Boutique Hotel Monacle Moor in Perthshire in Scotland loved Anthony's work, and owner Tom couldn't wait to put his feet up.
Perfect.
Jay has travelled to Aldridge in Walsall to meet up with Terry and Scott, show them the transformation and hand over the profit.
How you doing,
Hello.
sir?
Hello.
How you doing? Oh, Scott, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Very good, thank you.
So do you remember the old, I think it was G-Plan
I do,
recliner
yeah.
chair that you brought down? Well, I was able to take it to a guy called Anthony up in Manchester, and he transformed it into something quite beautiful, I think. And here's what your recliner looks like now. We've finished it in a lovely grey wool. Look at that.
Completely transformed.
It's lovely,
Yeah.
ain't it?
Yeah, it's nice. So what do you guys think of that?
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah?
Completely transformed.
Oh, bless you. Pleased to say that we've managed to sell it,
Brilliant.
and I've got for you guys £50
Wow.
profit.
That's great, thank you.
So any
That's
ideas
lovely.
of what you might do with the money?
No. Perhaps have a drink.
Have
Yes.
a drink. I don't blame you. All right. Well, I'll be off on my travels.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice drink.
Lovely.
Take care and have a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Bye.
See you later.
Anthony's labour and materials came to £450. Jay sold the recliner for a cracking £500, giving Terry and Scott £50 for a night down the pub. Lovely. In East Sussex, has Norman repurposed the writing bureau into the contemporary desk Jay believed would have wider sales potential.
We had to think about what we were doing because of the base and the legs and things like that. But, you know, we've done it and I think it's turned out really well. I think we're going to get a good response from him. I mean, I had to try and get into Jay's head and maybe what he'd do. But I think it's got the look.
Inside Jay's head. Who knows what's going on in there? The writing bureau was a relic of a bygone age. Jay wanted to give it a new purpose so it could have a new lease of life. Norman was lacking inspiration when he first saw the bureau, but it's well and truly struck now. This is lovely. He has taken Jay's concept and crafted a beautiful desk using only wood from the bureau. Finished with a clear varnish to highlight the grain, it also accentuates the wear and tear of the antique oak. These imperfections achieved over decades add character. The desk is given a contemporary edge with the colour highlights that Jay will definitely approve of. And Norman has integrated a tablet holder which gives this desk a modern spin. I'm impressed. But what about Jay?
How we doing, Norman?
How are you?
I'm very good, sir.
Nice strong grip. That's what I like.
Thank you.
There we go.
Where are we? Oh,
You like it?
that is amazing. I remember the bureau looking like a bureau. Now, that's amazing. I mean,
Well, no, you set
look at it.
the task, so we've done what you've wanted.
No, I set the task, but sometimes I'm a bit like, is he going to do it or not? But look at it, man. That's the whole bureau. Wow. You've done it. Like proper, like, boom, smashed it. Done it. Like, oh, man.
I think it's safe to say he's quite pleased.
The legs are part of the drawers, and then we thought, right, let's do the J touch. We've got the legs painted inside as well.
I've only just noticed that.
And then we open it up.
Pistol, is it? Oh.
So we tied the inside colour with the legs. We've made it so it can fit an iPad or a Samsung or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got the hole in there for the charger as well.
This is really good. The yellow with the inside, it's that extra detail.
Happy days.
Lovely done. More than happy days, mate. I'm as happy as a bumblebee in the summer. I'm going from flower to flower to flower, and I'm pollinating, and then look what I've ended up with. Not a pot of honey, Like that.
Look, I have to be honest, I've absolutely no idea what he's talking about now. And when Jay thought he reached peak happiness, it turns out Norman's bang on his £325 budget.
I'm going to get someone to pick that up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad you're pleased.
I'm over the moon.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
I'm over the moon. More than happy.
See you soon.
You take care
All the best,
now.
mate. Can't believe his response, Jay. I mean, it was great. I'm glad he loved it. Makes the job worthwhile when someone shows that much appreciation. As he would say, we smashed it.
Mike had owned the writing bureau for over 30 years. He had started to break it up for chucking in the skip, but Jay soon put a stop to that.
Several years ago when we had it first, my wife used it as a writing desk, and I used it occasionally as well. Yes, it's been very useful.
And now that Jay and Norman have finished with it, it could be used for another 30 years. The desk was sold to a vintage and antique shop in Kent. Now Jay is back in Walsall to tell Mike what happened to the bureau and pass on a little bit of profit.
Hello, Michael. Good morning. Good morning, Jay.
How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you.
Good. So do you remember the old writing bureau?
Yes, my wife bought it years ago, somewhere in Walsall.
Okay, did she used to write on it?
Yes, she used to use it to, well, she used to stand in front of it with the music and mark it all up and whatnot for her concerts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I took it to a guy called Norman,
Yeah.
and he worked his magic on this bureau of yours and turned it into a very sleek and contemporary
Oh, very nice.
desk.
I really like that.
And this is all made from the writing bureau.
Yeah.
He's done some yellow inside and also gave me some yellow legs.
All right,
Just
very
there.
good. Beautiful, really. Especially where the wood has come up now, it's been cleaned up.
Yeah.
My wife would have approved of that.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. She wouldn't have had a laptop in it, she'd have had cheap music though.
Oh, right. So I'm pleased to tell you I was able to sell it, and I have £75 profit for you, sir.
Thank you very much indeed.
Any ideas of what you might do with the money?
Well, it's going to go to the palliative care nurses who looked after my wife in the last 2 years. So that's where that'll end up.
Oh, that's a good cause. Thank you. Well, hopefully I might see you again. You take care now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Norman charged Jay £325 to transform the bureau. Jay sold it for £400, giving Mike £75 to donate to the nurses' charity that cared for his wife. With more than a little help from his friends, Jay has managed to transform these dump diamonds into a pocket full of profit.
3 unwanted items that were destined for the skip have been revamped into cool and stylish pieces. Even better, they're heading for new homes.